The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. For the most intriguing wrestling stories and info on independent shows in multiple regions, nobody does it like We Talk Wrestling. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the entire crew every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they bring their takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and news on the #1 fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Visit them at facebook.com/WrestleTalkPodcast and at WrestleTalkCast on YouTube and X.
All of us here show appreciation and love to our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation as well as protect and serve us every day. Thank you for all you do.
Get ready for episode number 181 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. As Rough Cut, Rick Ruby, and the Gem City Mao, Zmiz review the past week's latest storylines and match results from the major companies, and also recap the big shows this past weekend from AEW, Grand Slam Australia, and NXT Vengeance Day.
Welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. The show starts in
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Welcome to the show. Buckle up tight. Rough Cut, Rick Ruby in the spotlight. Gem City Mouth Smith breaking it down. Best wrestlers podcast in this town. Blood and sweat in every word. Echoes of the ring, haven't you heard? Wrestling tales.
One and all, it's time to get this party started. That's right. It's episode number 181 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We're coming to you live once again on a Sunday evening, as we always do when we want to. And of course, some instances we feel not necessarily that we have to, but we've always got something happening in a week's time here in the world of professional wrestling here. But we're here to recap all the big happenings here that's happened this past week. And, of course, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the left to the right. And, of course, my partner in crime, the Gem City Mouth is. And we're just trying to keep our heads above water here in this winter season.
I'm trying to share the show out, and it's all messing.
Yeah. We got to share the show out here. For those who are watching right now, if you get a chance to, whether it doesn't matter which outlet you're on, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or X, make sure you're sharing that show. And then we're going to be going over some results here. And of course, also talk about maybe some of things that are upcoming here around the area to kind of first start off our night. But before we get into too deep into the evening here, oh, look, Wayne sent something blank. Hey, okay, there we go. I was like, how do you send a blank message? He said, put a blank message up at first.
He's like,
but no, man, we're just chilling here.
And,
it
was a gift. He sent a little gifty thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wish we could post those, man. Wouldn't it be so cool if they can actually let us post whoever comments gifts in here, man? That would be awesome.
I think it'd be sweet. Get on that EV.
Yeah. I think
we're not in EV anymore, are we? Yeah.
Wyatt's in here. Wyatt's in here watching here. Wyatt, good to see you, bud. As always here. Once again, guys, as always, we really appreciate you sharing out that show. And you know what, Z, we almost on our Facebook page, we almost have 1,000 followers now at this point. It's taken this long, but almost 1,000.
Heck yes, let's go.
Almost 700 likes, but almost 1,000 follows, man. So. And we're hoping to kind of get that way with our all of our channels, with X and with YouTube especially. Twitch seems to be kind of like trying to keep our head above ground if we're on the Titanic, but it's always worth the effort.
It's a little bit more eyes on it, so I mean,
yeah,
think of it that way.
I mean, it's mostly a gaming channel anyway, but wrestling's a game. We like to play games. So it's not
Okay,
Triple
H.
We just don't play PlayStation on. We just don't play PlayStation on here.
Why can't I find you?
But no, man, so we're gonna go. Yeah. Well, first off, how was your Valentine's week? And anything special for you?
No. I was just complaining a little bit before we came online. I've had a rough week when it comes to the stomach flu hit our house pretty hard this week. And then my wife had to work overnights this week, so like her and I didn't really get to do anything. I did get her a cool little stuffed animal cow, so she was happy. We're not much into the holiday thing like everybody. It's not our style.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like Christmas, Santa Claus. Hey, yeah, it's kids' favorite time of the year to get gifts. Where they've supposedly been good, Santa's always putting them on the nice list, right? Always.
Christmas is great this year. I liked Christmas this year actually, but like I said, we're not one. This holiday can go fly. 17 years, my wife and I love each other. We're good, and we do stuff for each other all the time.
Yeah. Why you keep putting in that work, buddy? And eventually it'll grow, man. So congratulations on at least getting that far on your YouTube channel. You just keep working at it.
I'm at 60. Was it 60 or 90 for Zmiz's canceled gaming on YouTube? Zmiz's canceled gaming. It is the most. I'm going to tell you right now. Warning. Like it is the most raunchy. It is. It's me and my buddies, and there is no filter. There it is. All
there's a reason why it's called canceled gaming, guys. Is because some of this will probably put us in cancel culture.
Oh, dude, it is gates wide open when it comes to.
And I talk like a saint in these games, and I say nothing wrong. I'm on there. You can catch me on usually on most Friday nights.
Most Friday nights, we Friday night race night, we get together. So like there's all kinds of ways to see Ruby and I in action when we're having fun, be it here at the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, in the ring for Ruby, on the commentary table for myself, or Friday nights in ways that might be questioned.
Might be questionable. I don't think there's a might about it, No,
It's a good time.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of those great local stuff, what do we got going on?
Oh yeah,
in the world. How was, first of all, before we go on farther, how was your week and stuff, my friend? Like, how are you doing? Killer, you got all the stuff ready, you said earlier. So give us a rundown, my brother.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I was talking about getting stuff ready for the show. I mean, like I said, season's been kind of slowing down as far as, for some reason, some of our guests seem to either want to reschedule, and then they don't reschedule. We give them an option to reschedule, and we don't hear again. So it's like it's like we have to fly down south to get our guest for the winter and pull them back up. Yeah, but no, I mean, it's just kind of crazy around here. Just nothing special around here as well for Valentine's Day. Just the wife is still kind of going through managing some pain, some things coming up again, and then some changes in the family. You know what I mean? It's just some adjustments to be made, and it's we get through it though. But it's we come here every Sunday night to kind of amuse ourselves and talk about the best thing that we love most. And
there ain't no abuse to it. I enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah. So yeah, but as far as fun activities coming up for next weekend, before we do that, we always want to let you guys know that you can go to sicw.org to get your tickets for this great event right here. This is SICW Fan Fest 3, which is May 16th and 17th. And you can we'll be appearing on May 17th. As of right now, I mean, like I said, we're talking about. I was looking back on some of the names I've kind of missed over from when we were talking last. I mean, Shane Douglas is coming in. You know, the franchise.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome.
You know, the franchise is coming in.
Do you think I'll get in trouble for calling him Dean Douglas? Because that's actually my favorite. Like, I mean, I like Shane back in ECW, but Dean Douglas was fun.
Well, I mean, you got to get through your back gimmicks of the '90s. I mean, hey, what about Knuckleball Schwartz? You know,
I forgot about Knuckleball. Yes,
your face like a baseball goes straight.
Yes, I love it.
And then what about Bill Irwin as the Goon? Remember? Did
you got to take your you got to take your lumps when you get them, man. Like some of those gimmicks, yeah, they were dumb and we all pooped on them. But looking back at them, you're like, man, I kind of wish I would have gave that one maybe a little bit more time.
And with the Goon gimmick, it's like it had to be like you're on skates. I think he had lifts on the boots for like 2.5 to 3 inches tall.
Yeah.
So it's like he had to walk like he was walking on skates down the ring. He was just on like 3-inch platforms on his freaking boots.
Yeah.
So, you imagine getting kicked with one of those things?
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God, dude, that would so. But we're getting way off topic here. But like I said, Nikita Koloff. Now, Nikita Koloff is actually another one that I'm very interested in seeing. He's doing a lot of things with on the ministry side for helping with the hunger and up in his area, and so he's doing a lot of good work, and he's going to be coming down there, and he'll be there. And of course, Bill Apter will be down here, and he's going to be the focus on May 16th to do a Q&A with some of the legends as well, hosting a Q&A with some of the legends. So, it's going to be a good time. But don't forget that we will simulcast starting at noon on May 17th. It's going to be the two guys you see here, us talking. And then, of course, we will have GQ around helping us out. And then also, we're going to have scheduled Dirty Heel Austin Cage is planning to come down for this fan fest. So we're probably going to have a four-guy panel there. I mean, so we're going to definitely need that 8-foot table.
The challenge is still out. We'll figure it out by the time May comes around. I'm going to still put the challenge out there. Mac Davis, Teddy Long, meet us at the table and let's argue and discuss wrestling, because I want to sit down with great minds and I want to pick their brains on the industry that I love so much. And that's what we got to do last year at FanFest. That's what we got to do the previous year at FanFest 1. Like, we got to, dude, if you're not going to FanFest, I'm telling you right now, you're missing the boat. You're missing the boat. I don't care if you work for another promotion in the area. I don't care if you think there's a rivalry between promotions. This is something right here that professional wrestling in the St. Louis, local area of St. Louis, needs to bring back those old school vibes, but plus enjoying some of the new flavors of next year.
Because
years to come.
Because it's always the older generations you build off of for the next generation up, and it seems to layer each other. That's the way it's always been. And when you go back and think about it, if you're watching the entire, once you even go back into the older like 50s of wrestling, just go back to the 50s and then layer up from there, and then you'll see the changes as each decade goes, adding flavor from the past but doing something new, and that's how it's been built up until now. Sometimes, like I said, you go back about 2 generations, even with today, you can still learn back from two generations in the past, like even with the modern era. Hey, you know what? You're talking about Mac Davis. Anybody who's watching on Facebook right now and you're friends with Mac Davis, I would even challenge, and I don't know if I would even get in trouble for this or not, but someone tag Mac Davis in the comments during this broadcast right now.
Oh, dude, I want to like.
We'll even invite him on to come onto the show before we even get to the Fan Fest.
Oh, even better! I like that. I'm just saying
for it.
Mac and
Teddy's
Teddy.
a little hard to get a hold of, but not saying Mac's not either, but I think Mac would be willing to be a little. I would think he'd be a little bit more flexible, but
okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that Mac and Teddy and you and I are the only two podcasts that have been there for all three of them. Am I correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Like if it happens, we're the only three that's been the consistent three. So I'm saying right now, and Mr. Herb Simmons just came in the building. I'm putting it out there. I want to sit down and have a discussion about professional wrestling with Mac Davis and Teddy Long leading up to FanFest 3, if not leading up to it at FanFest 3. That's all I'm saying. That's
well, yeah.
That's my. I mean, there's the panel, the people that are going to be there is just phenomenal, bro. Like. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Absolutely. Herb's here and C Nick is here.
C Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this. See? It's the talk of the town, right? FanFest is definitely a goal for me. Well,
dude, that'd be awesome to sit down with him face to face. Like, we had such a great show with seeing Nick, a year ago? I think it was.
It seemed like a year or so ago, I think. Yeah.
I'd love to see what he's up to again. He was a great person to sit down and talk with. Another great manager, commentator in the industry today. So,
Midwest Wrestling Coalition, they were in town last night again doing another show. So, and like I said, my schedule's so messed up right now with shoot work, and it's making my life a living HE double hockey sticks. But
all I'm saying is I want to see every promotion in the area. Let's start cultivating a healthy wrestling community back in STL down there. And we all need to get together and make this event one for the ages for professional wrestling in the local St. Louis area, honoring the past so we can have the best for the future going forward in wrestling. I'm all for it. So I'm there. You know how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, Nick would be one to go to link up again. Maybe we can maybe within the next month, because I know Midwest Wrestling Coalition's coming around again in March.
They just had a hot show just recently. I saw her.
Last night.
Yeah,
last night. In fact, like a couple of matches that intrigued me. One was the ladies' championship between Lilith Khan,
yes,
and Skylar Sparks out of NWA WLW. That was. I'm sure that was probably an awesome match to see. Plus, you got to go old school. With Cowboy Bob Orton getting in the ring against Attila Khan. So
we were just talking about how hey Mr. Herb, I found that photo.
Hey. Yeah. Now we just need them Randall's.
Just need to search somebody's photo. Autograph on it. It is complete.
Yeah. But no, like I said, we're looking to see what we can do as far as maybe getting some Nick could be a good one here within the next month. We'll probably get we'll work out something here, Nick, and then a couple of the guys that I would actually like to see. Okay, cool. So Midwest Wrestling Coalition YouTube channel is they'll have action on there, so I'll definitely make sure to check it out. So
that's
Zmiz is always checking out YouTube channels too. So I mean, that's no lie.
So everybody watching today, Ruby and I are going over what we're doing for the show and how we're doing the breakdown and everything. And I'm like, I'm about to watch ROH. She's like, hey, don't worry about that. I'm like, no, I'm watching that for me. I don't care if we're gonna.
Because we've got a ton we're covering here. Because I mean, surprisingly, as far as we're even covering AEW's Grand Slam, which was the Collision's broadcast last night, but it was from Australia. And let me tell you, it's a refreshing change for AEW to have that crowd. I'll tell you that. And hopefully this kind of stirs the pot a little with them here. So, so that'll be awesome if we could.
Aaron, for once you threw something up that I would like to see.
Yeah, I think this happened back. I think in 2019.
And it was a freaking awesome match, so I would love to see it again.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer and Attila Khan. Yeah, that Tommy could work. He can work.
I just posted that thing about WrestleMania 17 where he thought about going and
oh my god,
doing the one thing and end up getting a phone call from JR when he was sitting out in the parking lot that changed everything and started working like 3 months later.
Wow.
Thank the wrestling gods for that one. Like that's a crazy story about Tommy Dreamer. I'm not going to go into detail about it here. He's had numerous podcasts where you can go watch it and talk about the WrestleMania 17 Tommy Dreamer drama. And it's a to think of how negative wrestling can be.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, and it can turn around. So like I said,
100%, yeah.
It can turn around. Like I said, it's just not you just have to kind of somebody that I've took, when we talk about focus and we talk about obstacles that get in the way. Here's what I told somebody this today. I had a short chat with them. I was like, keeping the focus on something positive is always something everyone should do. Something else will come up and try to drag us down, but we can't let it phase us. We just have to find a detour around the difficult and make our path to happiness and success in the best way we know how. So that's pretty much the realm of wrestling right there, right? Or just
100%.
find anything that you have a passion for.
100%. So, agreed. And yes, Mr. Herb Simmons, let's make that match happen.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Tommy Rich versus Attila, let's go.
Get Tommy a little happy before the match.
Now.
Oh, shoot. But yeah. But we're definitely looking forward to this and can't wait for it. Like I said, we're only 3 short months out, man.
Yeah.
Can you believe?
Yeah, and it's going to be a huge one, and it needs to be because
we were talking about this like in the fall. It come up around like Thanksgiving, and now here it is after Valentine's Day.
I'm going to post and talk about this as much as possible because this is something I believe in. You see all these other major cities coming up with these fan fest like things or these, where they can come and
got it going on. With the Square Circle Expo, that's big. I would love to get up there if I could.
100%. Like, I'd love to go join those guys. Like, that stuff's amazing because there's wealth of knowledge down there. It's a well of knowledge. And to think that Herb Simmons and SICW over there are building that for the St. Louis area, so we don't have to go far. We don't have to, get out of our pockets too much and spend it right in your home area, and where like wrestling was stupid huge, right? What? Don't remind me.
No, I was talking about the timeline. He was like, slow down.
But this event here, like I said, I say it with my home promotion even. I feel like my home promotion should be at this event. 100%. I will speak to it tenfold every time. I think every promotion in the local area, if you're not on board with something like this, you guys are goofy, in my opinion. And that is my opinion. That does not reflect Ruby. That does not reflect Falls Count Everywhere. That is Zmiz's opinion about it. You're goofy if you're going to hold your egos so high that you don't want to see another promotion bring success to your area that's going to help flourish professional wrestling. And that's what this event's going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can't wait for it, but trust me, I'm not rushing for this to get here too, because there's a lot that's on my books too leading up to this. I mean, 3 months
like 3 shows.
Life
4 shows, 5 how many shows do I have?
A bunch
now?
Of life.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's talk about this coming weekend though. We're just gonna throw up what we're gonna be at as far as our appearances are. And so this coming Saturday, this is for AEW Classy Encounters. So class action, and of course the number one announcer or broadcaster.
That's right, your number one announcer right here. Yeah. Look, right there said that's my rookie year, 2019. I was announcer of the year. That's right. Fresh off the block, bro. I'm still killing it. And finally, Mr. Poole, heal up fast because you're about to whip some face this weekend. or this coming weekend.
Oh, I like the whole big. It looks like a big old Valentine. It's something you should be giving out to like all the fans for like Valentines. That's what it looks like. It looks like a huge Valentine.
Hey, mad props to our guy that does our posters out there. He busts his tail because the guy that does our posters is killing it. This right here is freaking huge, dude. Oh, Buff and the stuff is gonna be at FanFest 3. I can't wait to sit down and talk with him again.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw Buff twice last year. Once at CAC, and then when we had the Missouri Athletic Club show this past year, or back in October, he was there too. So he's gonna come up and watch Big Nasty try to sneak up and punch Buff during the Fan Fest, and he's gonna get choked. He's probably gonna get hit again by Buff.
Yeah, so. I mean, we had a great conversation with Buff in Arkansas it was.
Yeah,
that was a fun place. Juice, you got to come. You got to come. FC.
SICW.
SICW. What was I trying to say? FCW.
I get dyslexic too, and I'm trying to say all these letters. There's like one promotion I was going to start in the area that had like 6 letters. It's like, who the hell is going to remember that? Change it.
This is IEW 3579.
Like, bro, go back to the drawing board. You're bugging me. You know, Gateway's used too much. So nah. But this is where Z's going to be at, and that's in Granite City. You can scan that QR code here. That's in the top right-hand corner of that poster. That will get you to their Ticket Leap page, where you can actually save $3 on an adult ticket if you buy in advance. If not, it's $15 at the door, I believe.
Yes.
And kids are 10, and of course,
it's going to be a heck of a show. We got a whole lot of newcomers coming in. Johnny B's going to be in action, holding that Midwest title.
Hello. Do you know me? Of course, there's interest to see an Al Snow. The man in OVW? Hell yeah.
Yes, please.
I know I would be.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I would be super cool. Of course, he would, like I said, OVW has gotten a lot of exposure since that the Wrestlers documentary on Netflix. They've gotten a lot of exposure.
They have some of the best storylines right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and we know some newer people there too.
And Danny Basham's probably having one of the best runs of his career right now. Just throwing that out there. Like, if you're not watching,
you're missing out. Pants here.
Oh, dude. It's funny, dude. And then you have Mick Foley coming in as Dude Love and stuff and talk. Like, if you're not watching OVW right now, you're missing. That's what's great about professional wrestling is like there is so many different rosters. There's different companies out there.
Leather Daddy, yeah,
Big Leather Daddy.
Go Leather Daddy Basham, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god,
I love it. I
just love the story from Brandon Beretta when he was telling the stories about Leather Daddy Basham.
Dude, it's funny.
So hilarious. But that's for Zmiz this Saturday. This is for me this coming Saturday. This is American Championship Wrestling at the Knights of Columbus Hall in DeSoto, Missouri, where there's going to be a one-night tag team tournament to determine the brand new champion. The retired champions, the Lumberjacks, will be presenting the titles to the champions of the one-night tournament. I'm actually going to, I wish I could make this bigger, but of course I'm in this tournament too with Big Bubba Walsh. So, but check out this right here. These are the brand new titles.
Wow.
Those are the brand new ACW World Tag Team Championships right there. So
Searcher, my dude.
Yep. So
good looking titles. You better get those to put one of those up there on that wall, boy.
Well, I'm telling you, man, I would love to do it. I would definitely like to put that on my bottom rung and zoom in on that. So that's Yeah, so these are some nice titles to go back. So going back to that, so doors open at 5, bell times at 6. All tickets are $6 instead of reserved front row at $10. You can scan this QR code too, and that'll take you to where you can purchase tickets in advance. And we've got a big show up there. Yeah, so like I said, it's yeah, those titles are wonderful, and I've heard here's some circulation. There might be a change in one of the other championships in ACW soon. So
Class Action would deserve those titles, Mr. Poole. Class Action would deserve those titles.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, who knows? Me and Bubba Walsh can win them, and then you guys just come down and get your butts beat. So whatever.
Is that a challenge? Is that a challenge?
Hey, I'll throw anything out if I get the belts. I don't run away when I have a title. I'm willing to put it up. So it's all right.
I mean, there's always a chance. There's always a chance, Juice. There's always a chance.
Yes. It's always there at your local cash and department store. Just popping off the body.
Just heads popping off.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I think it'd be cool to throw heads at Al Snow if he entered that battle royale for the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royale. That'd be kind of interesting. You never know. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, I know. You just never know when who's going to be participating in that Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal. And then hopefully I'll be getting an update on who's going to be. We've got a few names announced in there. I mean, we got a lot of legendary names in from the NWA. Like Haggis is going to be in there. Let's see, the New Rockers. Al Snow. Right. We bring in Jannetty back, or bring Jannetty back for Al Snow?
Dude, that actually, I'd be down with that.
I will die. Oh shoot. Well, let's yeah. So like I said, this upcoming weekend, guys, if you got any type of plans or anything else that's coming up, let us know what you got going on. But that's what we got going on here as far as our weekends are concerned, and it'll be quite interesting.
That is how you set up that win of that IEW championship there, buddy, that world heavyweight title for IEW. My hat's off to you, Mr. Poole. My hat's off.
So so once again, we got a lot. So we got some good viewers here. Like I said, YouTube's lining up, X is lining up, Facebook is beefing it up this week. Make sure you're sharing that show for others to kind of take a look here. And let's get right into the heart of our content here. How about we go next?
Snap
those. Okay.
Snap those wings. That's who Mr. Poole takes on this week.
Oh, Eagle Eye, right.
Is Eagle Eye, yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid eagle's gonna fly too close to the sun.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into our first one here. So going back to Raw, this Monday night, we'll highlight a few things here. We got the results going across the bottom of your screen, but so the main event calls a shot finally, and I don't know, I really didn't see this coming here until Gunther decided to come out and just basically ruin his entrance at the start of the show, and then Jay just said, all right, you want to do it again? Let's run this again. So it's main event Jey Uso and Gunther for the World Championship at WrestleMania 41. So I'm going to put it to you, night 1 or night 2?
This one will be night 1.
You think it'll be night 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Cody's got to have night 2.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily that. Well, no, it's going to be that. Like, let's be honest. It's going to be that. Why would you have the WWE title on night 1 when it's supposed, what I'm saying? It's being billed as a little bit bigger in some sense. I mean, they're doing a good job keeping both titles super relevant as both main card stays for the brands. But I personally think the wrong person was picked. I was really hoping for Jay versus Cody. I like the storylines that could come out of that. This will be fun, and this match will be enjoyable. But
right,
I'm just bummed on that. I am, though, tired of everybody complaining about Jay saying he's overused or his entrances are too long. He doesn't do anything but yeet. Like, I've had so many people come to me complaining about that stuff. You don't have to do stuff to be over, guys. All you have to do is be over, and that's what Jay Uso is.
I got 2 words for these guys. If they're complaining about long entrances or like exits, hello, I got 2 words. Hulk Hogan. We lived it all in the 80s and then in the freaking beginning of the 90s. That was the longest time he's been like when took a long exit, took a while to get to the ring. So I don't want to hear it.
When you have the fans eating at the palm of your hands like Jey Uso does, do you really like? Okay, let's pause for a minute on long entrances. None of us really complained about Undertaker's until like later on in his career. We're just like, all right, get to the ring, please. Can we? Like, all of us would always be captivated by Undertaker coming out, the bells dong, all that kind of stuff. And he had the longest drawn out entrance of all time. But none of us complained. Yeah. Why are you complaining now about this man who is soaking up every ounce of the moment he is being given? He's been working his tail off in the industry for what, 20 years now at WWE level? Like, am I right? Or is it 15? It's 20 to 15 years at the WWE level. As a tag team guy, he never thought he would be out of that shell. There was no way to predict this. And it's not like Edge and Christian breakup or the Hardys breakup and one of the brothers move on. This was done so organically in some ways that we all literally accepted Jey Uso.
All right.
So I think you're wrong. I think people are just, this is the part of wrestling fans that like gets irritating. It's we want to complain about something for no reason. Just let it happen and enjoy it. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's doing great, and I'm just letting him have it because I kind of want to see Jimmy to see if he can get that same level that Jay is.
Right. Yeah, like his, so so the last couple of comments here are quite insightful, especially from Team Nick. That's over is over and over equals money. That's right. Jey Uso is money.
He's like supposedly destroying everybody when it comes to merchandise. And have you looked at the merchandise list of this man? Anything and everything he has as merchandise. Legitimately. I think there's even a toaster, a Yeet toaster, if I'm not mistaken.
A Yeet toaster?
If I'm not mistaken, there was a Yeet toaster on there.
So this I'm intrigued about. I mean, is it just like a label Yeet on the toaster? And it's just like regular toast?
Let me see.
Or can you somehow toast the word Yeet on your bread? And now that would be kind of cool if you have like Yeet toast. With the dude, I'm not
Yeet
toast. That would be kind of dope. Yeet toast.
I thought, oh god, they're almost cussed. Yeah, this man got sunglasses. There's a turnbuckle. Where was it? There's the Eat, Sleep, Yeet, Repeat cup, which I dig that cup, by the way. Yeah, this man has merchandise out the wazoo, and everybody's complaining, but the guy sells everything. I mean, my kids alone, man. Chase specifically, that man like eats, sleep. Jey Uso, Jay became his guy. I'm looking for that toaster, dude.
Me too. Now you got me intrigued. Yeah.
Stone Cold had a waffle maker at one time.
Yeah, he did.
I had it for a little bit until it broke. It makes smoking skulls on your waffles. It was sick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think the only thing I got as far as like some type of iron is I still have like a Spider-Man waffle maker. So I mean, it's they may have it because even like the WWE Euro shop, they actually had the old WWE logo that actually toasted the WWE logo on the toast. So it could actually be that. But
Thank you. Zmiz knows what he's talking about.
What did I miss?
Oh, I think it was how I was like just talking about Jay and being over. I mean, I got a WWF bowling ball right here. You ever seen those?
Oh my God. Yeah, I seen like,
Look, right
God,
here.
that, yeah, don't
So-
pull something.
the
Dude, that is dope.
The
I like
WWF
that.
bowling ball. Raw is war.
Dude, that is dope. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody says.
It's sick.
You see what we collect here as wrestling
Oh,
enthusiasts.
that's my bowling ball when I was a kid, bro. When
I'm
when
still
little Zmiz was getting strikes. It's not on the thing anymore.
What's not on it?
The toaster. I can't find it.
Oh man.
Hey,
That's
Dean, how you doing? Give a big shout out to Dean and the shooter.
Oh, hey, what's going
Kylan.
on, Dean? How you doing, man?
Dean's a good dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I was kind of hoping to get Yeet Toast in about 3 weeks, but oh well, because I still would have done it.
Well.
No, yeah, very happy that Jay's got it, and if everything projects the way it's going to be at Elimination Chamber, if we see John Cena emerging, winning this thing, then we're going to get John and Cody. I don't know how excited I'm going to get for John and Cody at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
That's my thing is like John versus Cody does not give me a wow pop. Like, yes, it's going to be a big mainstream match if it does happen because it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Like, people are going to talk about it. I just feel like there was so much more story if Jay would have picked Cody coming out of WrestleMania would have been way crazier than this match because we've already kind of seen this. So I'm here for it. Let's sit down and watch it. Let's, Edge just recently said that people critique wrestling too much, and I agree. So whatever. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm all for it because I'm a Jey Uso fan. I like Gunther a lot too, though. So
yeah, and if you're a dirt sheet reporter, you're never happy. So
that's true.
Yeah,
they're
that's the truth. Let it burn.
Always miserable.
So let's do this. Bailey getting a shot to come back into the picture. Defeated Lyra Valkyria via pinfall. So the women's Intercontinental Champion has already been defeated. I don't know. Like I said, I know we just said, we critique too much, but I still say Dakota Kai should have came out on top as the women's IC champ.
I mean, I agree, but here's the one issue with all that still.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this. Dakota Kai is really good at being on the shelf versus in the ring. That's all I'm saying. So there is a reason. I still think Lyra was the poor choice, but we'll see what happens. I'm not a fan of the young lady. So
yeah, Bailey's been pretty active between the Raw roster and also going down to NXT, which we'll get to later on. But
I still question the choice of having your brand new champ take a pin, but whatever.
I know, right? It's like if you're going to put her in a qualifying match, wouldn't you rather have your champion look strong?
Or you could at least have Ivy Nile come out and be a distraction. Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense to where we can lead up to something. Because I might not be a fan of Lyra, but she doesn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? No. She doesn't deserve to look weaker than we already think she is.
And like she wasn't. I mean, Bailey's a strong. I mean, Bailey's former multiple time women's champion. So it's not like she lost to. Lyra didn't lose to a chump.
Well, true. There is that. There is that plus value.
Yeah.
It was a good match though. Both women killed it. So
it was a really good match. So, now we don't have so we're looking at the results here. So kind of going off the other results with the Tag Champions Award Raiders, they got the win, but they won by DQ because the Three Brothers got out and started whopping chairs on Eric and Ivar.
Yep.
So
yep.
So they didn't want to get pinned, so they just beat them with chairs. And then of course Damage Control, you're talking about EO and Dakota, Dakota better on the shelf, but Damage Control beats Liv and Raquel.
That was a hell of a match.
That was
That
a good
women's
match.
Dirty Heel Austin Cage and I were messaging back and forth during that match. That match had me just like sitting on my seat. When Raquel was just swinging Liv and busted her head open.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like it was a great match. I was good. And no, Aaron, the Hugger Bailey does not need to come back, and neither does the Bailey Buddy. She did the right thing by.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez did that this past week on NXT, and so we already saw it. We heard the music, and we saw it, and you know,
I like soccer car mom Bailey.
We don't need to see 6 of wacky wavy inflatable tube man.
Although Bailey had probably one of the coolest like arc transitions of women, in my opinion, when it comes to like how their character progressed.
Yeah, that was pretty. She came out with a long sickle and just like killed.
Oh, dude, it was everything that Bailey's done has turned to gold. The woman just continues to keep impressing, and I'm here for years to watch Bailey.
Yeah, definitely digging the role model thing here that she's doing now. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, she was good. She was starting up, bringing up damage control and on her own after she broke away. And so, yeah, man.
I'm curious. Speaking of Io's getting that title match after the Elimination Chamber against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I mean, I still think Mama's going to come out on top, but it's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah,
Io's tough. I'll tell you that. Io is really, really good. So.
And then we had Logan Paul rounding out. Or you got a picture of that or no? Yeah, there it is.
Of course.
We got Logan Paul rounding out. Well, not rounding out because I think there's still one more position, right, for the Elimination Chamber for men.
I think there may be one more.
I think there's one more for men.
So,
but Logan's now in. Hopefully, he looks better in the chamber than he did in this match because him and Ray were not on key together.
Yeah. If he's still in here, Wyatt's pretty psyched about this here too. Wyatt is a big Logan Paul fan, so.
I dig Logan. I like Logan, but he needs to slow down. He's getting too overzealous sometimes.
Have you noticed that like a certain beverage not being pushed so much anymore?
Thank gosh.
Her prime is garbage. So, oh my god, that's funny. But no, that's pretty much.
This is what Zmiz drinks for energy.
Synergy?
And synergy. Real kombucha.
There's a lot of energy. Anything to help with what I get through an entire day and then some, that's what I need. But that kind of wraps up with Raw this past week, and we're going to jump right on in to NXT for Tuesday night, because before Vengeance Day, we still had quite a bit happening. Now, here's the thing. Lexis King defeated JDC from TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Too many acronyms, but but of course, formerly Fandango. But
Fandango.
Yeah, I kind of like how he still kind of swivels his hips slightly at times,
dude.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites in TNA. But I was always a big fan of Fandango when he was in WWE. So to see him back at NXT was really cool, and his match with Lexis King was actually really good.
Yep.
Really
so
good.
Here's when I say new era for the Heritage Cup, and I'm not just talking Lexis King, being a steadfast, establishing himself as the champion. They totally did away with the rules now.
Yeah, you did away with what made it cool.
Right. I mean, this is a unique championship that WWE had. You had 3-minute rounds. You had 2 out of 3 falls. The first one to score 2 falls wins. And, if you go to 6, this is something that could have built up and, like I said, made NXT special as far as a championship goes. Now it's just a regular match, 1 fall to the finish. Well, duh. Isn't any match 1 fall to a finish? That's there's no mistake to it no more.
It stripped away what it brought to the table as something different. Because that's one of the things, like ROH has it, the pure championship title, where they have the rounds and all this stuff, and you get so many rope breaks. That's a cool aspect that not every company has. So when they brought in the Heritage Cup and gave it different rules than the regular matches, it made it more unique and something that I wanted to see more of. Noam Dar and them were killing it with the Heritage Cup for the longest time. So I kind of hope Noam Dar comes back to take it eventually when he gets healed up and brings back the rules or something. Because we need to do something, because we can't lose that, in my opinion.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. If they're saying that maybe Alexis King made these rules now, or I don't know. We just don't know. We don't know a backstory to this, but if it's a management's decision, booking decision with WWE, bad one. Bad.
Yeah.
Don't change it. Put it back the way it was. There's nothing wrong with it. You need a quarter man. That's another thing. And that's another thing cool to have William Regal back somehow. And like I said, we've not seen much of Charlie Dempsey after this is gone. So I don't know. I don't know. Just bring back the rules. That's all I can say. Because that not a good move, in my opinion. But talk about moves. Look at this. This was toward the end, like the later part of the show. So if everybody was talking with Ricky Starks not getting time in AEW, he's been put on the shelf, he's been punished, everything else, yada, yada, yada. Well, Ricky Starks got out of his agreement with AEW without anybody knowing. Next thing you knew, we heard at the end of last weekend that Ricky Starks was taken off the AEW roster. And we're like, well, what's going to be for Ricky now? And then you see 2 days later, here he is showing up on NXT.
And he just won a promotion. What promotion was it? DEFI or whatever? Is that one of them? He just won a world championship somewhere too. He just won a title from another indie promotion. So I'm curious on how this all plays out. I'm super stoked. I remember getting introduced to Ricky for the first time. Like we saw him do Ryback, right? I remember seeing him there when Ryback had him like up against the wall and like beat him up in the back room. But NWA, I was watching NWA Power there for a while.
Yeah. And
Ricky was one of the highlights for me on NWA Power. So then when he came to AEW, I was stoked because I like AEW, and I was really hoping that, this is one of the young guys. AEW wanted to talk about the young guys, and this was one of the guys I was like, okay, let's put some fire behind this guy. It did happen to a point, but then it also didn't happen all the way. Like they just stopped using him. And if correct, I'm almost certain he was classified as one of the pillars at one time over there for the next generation. But to see him come to NXT, I think he's going to be highlighted so much more in this system than that system. That's what I'm really hoping for, because Ricky, the dude, can talk. He's a great, great in-ring competitor. So the roof is the limit for him.
Yep. And then upcoming this next week, this coming Tuesday, he signs his NXT contract. So
yeah.
And they have not referred to him by name ever since he showed up on TV, and they've been talking about him. They have not referred to him to his actual name. So
there's speculations that there's been some names thrown around. They said the same thing about Jordan, that Jordan was supposedly getting a new name, and we just found out they're keeping hers as of right now.
They should not make either that or just drop one name or just
there's a lot of these guys that I don't want to see move to the main roster, or not move to the main roster, but come into WWE and not get the shake that they deserve as the names they created. Ricky Starks is going to be one of those guys. Jordan Grace is one of those ladies that I don't want. Like, some of them make sense, rechanging the name, restructuring them for WWE, but some of them really don't. If they can come to an agreement where they can still use their outside wrestling name in the WWE universe, I'm totally for it, and I really hope Ricky is one of those guys.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
Welcome, Mr. Static.
There he is. Oh, he's
finally here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you agree there, Juice.
Yeah.
Stark's the bomb, dude. Stark's the bomb. He's super fun. And I truly believe I'm kind of PO'd that they didn't go longer with the big not Big Cass, Big Bill and him when they were a unit. Like that stuff was actually really good. And then it just stopped. And then we got the learning tree.
Yeah, right.
Which I love. I'm a fan of learning.
Hi guys.
It's considered the worst gimmick, but I love it. Hi guys. 5 minutes from New York.
And then what about the big main event of that cage match for the North American Championship? Tony D'Angelo and Ridge Holland, but
the family comes out on top, but that dirty, dastardly Spears and his family want to stick their nose into the Don's business. That Izzy Dane, you stupid. I kind of like her.
Yeah. Now she played, and I smelled the rat ever since she was hanging around Tony. And you think Tony D'Angelo would know how to smell a rat, you know?
Yeah,
hey,
you would think.
Dons know how to smell rats, and apparently that's. And don't take if you're an inside in the business. That's not what I meant.
I just got it. I wasn't even thinking about that at first.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, that's great.
But no,
I like this group. I like this, but I'm a big fan of Spears. So the big man, I don't know who, but Brooke Jensen.
Jensen,
yeah, love, dude. I still think that kid has so much potential that it's just crazy. But I'm ready to see what happens here. Does Spears take it from the Don? Do you think? Do you think Spears will be the one?
If there's any push to this, then I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, only if they're going to really move forward to putting Spears in the spotlight. As far as trying to make him a leader of this group or trying to establish himself as a leader, maybe he gets a shot. Maybe this all captivates, maybe by Stand and Deliver, and maybe he takes the title then.
I don't care what anyone says. Shawn Spears is one of the most underrated wrestlers of this era. He was underrated
in his previous gimmick.
Yeah, he was underrated as Ty Dillinger. He's been underrated as the chairman. The man's just been underrated, period.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm all for it though. This be something good for him, and good for his character. And I think, this would be good fact because we're getting a lot. We'll get toward the later part of the show where we're having some more factions coming in that are going to be more groups, and they're more kind of, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to say gang-like, but you know what? They just want to instigate and they want to hurt people. So we're getting at least a couple new ones of them, and we'll let you know where we're going on with that. So let's but then we'll get to Vengeance Day here a little bit later in the show. Let's talk about our SmackDown headlines here. So the Megastar is aiming to reclaim the gold as LA Knight defeats The Miz in a impromptu match made by Nick Aldis, and making LA Knight the #1 contender now. And I think they may even meet up next week or this coming week. I think
I want to say it's next week.
This coming Friday.
Yeah.
To come back at Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States title. Oh man. And you know what, to me, it's just that there's so many other superstars that are being pushed. It almost seems like, I mean, not to say that LA Knight's dead in the water, but Jey Uso has just totally taken over that realm.
Oh yeah.
Of fan favorite, and everybody. LA Knight had his time last year. But by getting that rush right now, Jey Uso's got it. But
I think LA Knight still has the fire to be that fan favorite. I I'm gonna be saying almost a shift in character needs to happen at this point with him to some extent. I did thoroughly enjoy him and the Miz's promo battle with each other.
That was
At it where
yeah.
the Miz started crying and like making fun of him for the whole mental health for men the week prior, and great play on stuff. Great development in characters. I'm okay with seeing this match again. So Shinsuke better take it, but I'll be okay either way.
And I think you need to keep Shinsuke strong, and LA Knight needs to find a way to pursue further with.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I think LA turning would be if done correctly.
Right.
And
absolutely.
And it would give, it'd give my boy The Miz somebody to partner with that I think would be a really cool duo.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine those two talking about
Oh my God. Could you think of those? Dude, their egos together in a group would be great. And you can't tell me I'm wrong either.
No, I never said that. I never said that at all. Never did.
I mean, you can, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong for telling me I'm wrong.
You can say that if you want, but you're still wrong.
We did open the show up with our girl Chelsea Green getting the loss to Naomi, which that still frustrates me because I love everything about Chelsea Green.
Yeah. That's one of the things here. So Naomi.
Wait a minute.
Chamber.
Before we continue this, he calls it the Ego Express. LA Knight, The Miz, and All Ego Ethan Page in a faction. My God.
What? Wow.
The Ego Express. Triple H. Please.
They need to come in a limo and suits.
Oh my! Could that be? What if JBL forms a group with Ethan Page, LA Knight, and then Joe Hendry as the fourth member of the faction, but JBL's the manager, the guy doing because all four men can talk, and all four men are good, but JBL would be like that. You could actually see probably another Four Horsemen. That could I'm telling you that could be not in that lines probably, but that's a sidearm booking.
I think that would only happen if Joe Hendry decides to get signed over to NXT or WWE, and if his because he's still viral right now with Joe Hendry is across everywhere. Not and if he starts to taper down some, maybe, but you don't want to do it right now. So
Grayson and Austin would be another great pick. And yes, she is your true champion, Juice. Don't say that. She got handed the title fairly.
Yeah, Bianca did it.
I'm telling you, Naomi's the one that still beat up Jade.
Yeah.
And that's gonna what?
Didn't they review footage of that in the back with Nick Aldis?
Yeah, and it shows it from the backside of everything, and you see Raquel and Liv walk in between two trucks, and then they're like, "See, we weren't the one. I wasn't the one that did." No, honey, you still did it. You still did it. We're not.
And who was the first one to jump on that?
Naomi.
Was it Naomi, the first one that said, "See, I told you it wasn't us"?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm curious to see where this goes. I still really kind of hope is Bianca is the one that turned on Jade, and we get heel Bianca back because
oh man,
I love heel Bianca, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm curious where this goes. I want my girl Jade back though. Bring back Jade. Bring back Jade.
Yeah. But if anything, I know. I mean, we're true. Well, I wouldn't know which one of these two I would like. I would say though Bianca makes a better heel than Naomi does.
We haven't really ever seen Naomi as a heel either, though, to my knowledge. I don't recall her ever being like a dirty, grimy person in the ring.
Right.
I mean, briefly, maybe when her and Sasha were a tag team, potentially, but even then, they weren't really the bad guys. So I mean, I could be down with Naomi doing a switch and seeing that side of her, but Bianca just does so well already. Like, let's just put it to Bianca was jealous of Jade.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while, but I mean, Bianca was she had her best heel stint in NXT, and then she became a face, and then I don't think she's ever turned back ever since then.
No,
she's been the face in all the main roster.
Let's hear it for our discussion. Who do you think is the one that turned on Jade? Let's hear what you guys think. Who turned on Jade? Is it Bianca, or is it Naomi, or C? Is it somebody else? It's not Liv and Raquel. It's not them. They would have had video footage of Liv and Raquel doing it. You saw what they did with Rhea and the door at NXT. They have no quarrels of hurting people, but I don't believe it's them.
Right. Oh man, I don't know. Well, like I said, Naomi wins, and then we're talking about. Let's see. Let's go back up here. So we'll jump to like toward the end of the show here. At least on the men's side. But Damian Priest beats in a triple threat against Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu, which I think you and I both smelled this result coming anyway, because Fatu and Strowman are not done one bit. But then, of course, they're giving Jacob more mic time because Solo's not appearing as much.
Well, we got Solo this week.
Yeah, but like I said, he's still not doing so much, though. Who is it? Jade.
I like it.
You know what kind of reminds me, though? I think it's from, like, if we get off subject just 1 second. Have you ever, I think you see this clip many times with mystery wrestling, how, one of the guys, while the referee was down, did the whole anything with hitting the chair on the ground.
Hits the chair, then falls down, and the other guy falls into the chair. The table.
the guy jumps to the door.
If you like comedy wrestling,
I'm just saying that was the most funny because he didn't know, so he just put himself to the door. That was
Evil Uno's mystery wrestling. It is 100%. One of my favorite TV shows, Mystery Theater 3000. That is what that reminds me of, and I love it.
If I can get like the video clip of that and put it through here, maybe by next week I'll play for everybody talking about. Because I will say that is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. A guy trying to put himself over. And then, like, the other referee coming out, and then they're, like, jaw-jacking, and then the other ref, like, knocks the other ref out, and then he's taking money out of his pocket.
Dude, it's
what the hell's going on?
It's not meant to be serious. It's just a fun, have a good time. Take your hat off, leave it off to the side, and just enjoy the shenanigans, as Farva would say.
It's like stuff you should write on like 2K24 or something, man. It's just
Now the one thing I had an issue with this is how Priest won. I didn't like him doing the choke slam to Braun. It's that protect.
Oh yeah, he gave him the South of Heaven on Braun. Like,
it's the protect the big man thing in my eyes. It just, Damian looks like he could do it, but at the same time, Braun was so much thicker than him. Like, couldn't we do something else to make Damian get the win?
This guy can't. You think this guy can clean and jerk 400 pounds?
Whatever.
Priest? I mean, you never know.
I don't know
this guy's workout regimen. Of course, I never knew how big of a beast Sheamus was until start seeing his workout.
That man's workout. And then he has the balls to go do other people's workouts.
No, that's a ball.
Some of those workouts he gets into, like He did one, I think, with like Cesaro that was ridiculous. Him and Drew's workout was stupid because Drew's a machine.
Oh yeah, McIntyre. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, that's not. Yeah, McIntyre's no joke.
He was pretty funny doing. You got to go watch the Liv Morgan episode that he did with Sheamus and Liv did, because he's doing like the glute exercises where like they put the belt, not the belt, but the weight on top of the, and then he's dude. It was hilarious. It was. I was crying.
Yeah, because that's what us guys, we have to worry that make sure our glutes are tight when we're in our gear. You know, that's priority number one. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. If I could get Danhausen, R-Truth, and Santino Marella on TV at the same time, doing a bit together, I could die a happy man for comedy wrestling, because that, to me, those are top tier guys.
I think I would die trying to watch and get through it because I'll be dying laughing. I couldn't make it.
Oh, dude, that'd be. I don't care what I know. I know you're not like the biggest fan. And I think because of me, you've become a little bit more okay with Danhausen, but the dude's just too darn funny.
I only wanted to try his coffee, which I never got, and I still have to try it. But of course, I have to get my coffee maker cleaned again and up and running, because I haven't drank like coffee from my house in so many months. It's not even funny. Oh. Dude, what is this?
That's amazing.
Can you stop,
bro? Yes,
WrestleMania Housen. Oh god,
that's the great thing.
Is this made up, or is that an actual thing?
No, that's he said Danhausen debuts at Wrestlinghouse. He always put.
Oh, right.
Chris Van Vliet, he does it. Just recently had a sit down conversation with him, and he asked him about the house and stuff. And he's like, I just thought it was funny, and there's a lot of people that can't do it right, he said, but yeah, Wrestlinghouse. But he gave us great things like the Pepsi Man. Come on. What? I love wrestling, but I'm happy to see Priest in there.
Yeah. Here's another notable headline that I saw coming here, but kind of knew this was on the horizon. But the Queen is running on Tiffany time to WrestleMania. She's called her shot against Tiffany Stratton.
The evil witch of the West better get. And for me to say this, because I love Charlotte, I don't care what anyone says. I am a big Charlotte fan. Always have been. Always will be. I did find out my son, right, Chase, the other day.
Yeah,
his favorite female wrestlers are Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair. I can't remember the third one that I think he said Rhea. So them are his top three. Liv Morgan's number one, and then Charlotte, and then Rhea. Which I can live with that. Truthhausen.
Y'all are silly tonight, boy. I'll tell you. Shoot. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, and we were talking about the championships that Charlotte has. So on the main roster, she has won 14 singles championships, but she's been a 2-time NXT champion. So is that where she's gathering her? I mean, did she say that she was the 16-time?
I don't know where that came up. I don't know how all that came up. You and I, we were talking about it, I think, for race night, right? Friday night, we were talking about it. And we broke it down finally, understanding that the 14 were on top on the main roster. The other 2 are down in NXT. And you said that they shouldn't recognize NXT, but I'm like, no, I think they really, at this point, we kind of need to, in some extent, start recognizing the NXT thing as what it is. But if they're not, I mean, it would be crazy to see her break the record if they do start saying that before John Cena even gets a chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but either way, for crying out loud.
Hey, our fans said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm not repeating that. So sorry. Nah, man. No, but
Tiffany needs to win this, though.
I agree. I think she needs to be put on the map. and like I said, Charlotte, was.
But now, okay, so my question is this. Back when Rhea faced Charlotte and Charlotte went after Rhea, right? Kind of the same principle, in all honesty. Charlotte went after her to stop the kid kind of thing. It didn't hurt Rhea at all coming up. Let's say Charlotte does win. Does it hurt Tiff? Or do you think Tiffany will be able to come out on the other side in some type of Rose situation?
I mean, are you talking about for WrestleMania? I think.
Yeah. So if Tiffany goes down and Charlotte does get whatever, 15, 17, whatever the hell title reign we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Does it hurt Tiffany in the long run to take the L?
I think at this point where Charlotte has done enough in her career, and she kind of blocked Asuka. Remember that Asuka had this undefeated streak going into WrestleMania, and where nobody was ready for Asuka. She was like unbeaten for 200 days or something, 200 plus days. She gets to WrestleMania facing Charlotte, and Charlotte beats her. And she says Charlotte was ready for Asuka. Oh, yay! But
I mean, that's the crazy thing. This will be the third NXT female to make the jump after the Four Horsemen. So I'm saying after the four horsewomen, that Charlotte will face at the big WrestleMania pay-per-view PLE. Does she take it, and still is she? I think it's Tiffy. I think it truly is Tiffy time.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Tiffany needs to stay the course and just defeat Charlotte at WrestleMania 41. Like I said, if Charlotte takes the defeat, should be the bigger woman in this situation, and just push the new generation. I know that Charlotte's Charlotte's in her late 30s now. So
she is actually this weird. She's not the same age, she is. She's 38 and I'm 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not mentioning my age, but go on.
Hey, I'm okay with it. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
As I go up in age, I get sexier anyway.
Oh well. Apparently, it didn't work for me. So, but that's all right.
It is definitely going to be an awesome match. I think these two are going to tear the house down.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I'm happy that we're getting this match versus her going after Rhea again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is going to be something to debate later on, because they changed the championship names, right? So they changed it was World Heavyweight Championship, then they changed it to Universal Championship, and then they went to WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, and they merged the belts, and then they separated the belts again. So it's a big mess. If you're a main champion on the main roster, that's where you should be considered a main champion.
Just so you know, Static too, one of those title reigns, I think for the 14 is the Divas title. Just a heads up.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
because she is a one-time Divas champion too.
So she was Divas champion going into WrestleMania 32. They scrapped that, and trust me, I was there in person when I saw it. Big ass stadium, but oh my god! And then they came out saying that the winner of this would be the new WWE Women's Champion. So it's kind of like a merged, but yet they gave her another title on top of that. So I don't know.
One thing I don't understand, and I've never understood when it comes to how they do the Raw SmackDown title. That's two different titles. I don't understand why they need to pick one, and that's be their major title. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I still think there should be one main title that jumps between both shows, but that's just me. I'm cool with the two, mid-card titles, per se, your IC title, US title being they should be classified as your show main titles, and then you have the one major title that represents all the brands. That's how I would do it, but I'm not the one that runs WWE, so whatever.
Yeah. But a lot of this also has to deal with networks that were wanting to have like a champion. They feel that champions that are established on their shows attracts numbers and all this other stuff. And like I said, they came back with the whenever WCW was bought out, and then they had the world, and eventually they merged the titles, and so there were the undisputed championships, and then they went back and forth, and then they started doing these separate brand titles in 2002 with the world titles and the WWE titles.
When we got the first draft, we got that really cool undisputed title that.
Oh yeah,
that was they did exactly that. They passed it back and forth between the two brands.
Yeah, that was only around for about 3 years, and then Cena wins it, and it's like, oh, I'm going to put a spinner on it.
We'll make it a spinner title.
I'm making a spinner belt.
Yeah, I despise both spinner titles. I'm not going to lie.
I will say though, I want to put, with that Punk title belt though, that was kind of cool.
Oh, the Punk spinner title?
Yeah, the one that was like $700.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. I mean, we still had the rated R spinner title too.
Yeah, they only made 2,000 of those belts, and I'm pretty sure they did sell out of them. So,
I agree with this statement. 100%.
There you go. Right.
100%. 100% agree with that statement.
And you still get drafts, and you find a way to get your way to that big main championship.
It'd be so much cooler if it was that all the time. Like it was those type of things. Like even if you did it to where, like, let's say the champion knew who the two competitors were, and the two competitors open each PLE to face, like, so you have your tournament go on to be your number one contender from each show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then those guys at the beginning of each PLE, or girls or women, will face each other, and then that's who faces the main champion at the end of the night. Like it'd be something like that, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's how I would do it. Mr. Juice is a big belt guy like you. He's in a bunch of belt groups. He's part of We Talk Wrestling, one of my admins too. Good guy.
Oh yeah.
That's right, one of my admins for We Talk Wrestling.
Yes. I'm looking at here to see they even still have the CM Punk title belt still.
And then also, besides all of this, we did get the tag team match between the Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza.
Yeah,
and Motor
Los
City
Garza
Guns came out on top. So I'm really enjoying. SmackDown's doing really good on their tag team division right now. I wish Raw would get a little bit hotter on it, but the SmackDown tag team division is lit.
That's for certain.
And them Yes Boys are getting used, and that makes me happy.
Oh yeah, Pretty Deadly.
I love Pretty Deadly. I don't care what anyone says. Pretty Deadly is pretty amazing.
yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish they did something with the whole musical thing, but I guess I kind of understand.
I would be okay with this. I would be okay with this too. Yeah, I still want a light heavyweight division back. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we need the NXT UK division back. Period. I mean, I'm sorry that it faded out, but NXT UK was pretty awesome to me.
It was really good.
Well, how about we jump over some TNA? How about that?
I love TNA.
I meant TNA wrestling, so That's
we're not talking about that. Okay.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. I don't mean that's not what I meant. Damn it.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So highlights of the show here. So Dreamer says that Ali is not the locker room leader. Of course, Ali with his campaign again. He's got the good hand or the great hands. Excuse me. And Tasha Steele's underneath their cabinet or whatever. And I know this whole promo here was kind of It's like I know Ali's talking to an empty space. It's like no one can just be sitting here and not respond. Like he's talking to an empty space. I know how promos are cut. So
yeah. And then Tommy comes up.
Yeah,
my dude's sitting there in the crowd.
Yeah. And like when Tommy was like, "You're not the locker room leader. We've already got a guy for that." And then he points over to Mike Santana, who's like,
Dude,
"What?"
That match is gonna be lit between Mike Santana and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
bro. That match is gonna be hot.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one here. So, yeah, so Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali, and I think there's TNA Sacrifice on March 14th. So that's gonna be a special, I think like a premium event or a pay-per-view or something like that, but it should be able to be seen on TNA Plus if you've got that. Or, there might be some other ways to view that too, but at least I can view it anyway. But no, I mean that'll be a good. I mean, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali. I just like Mustafa Ali as an in-ring performer anyway.
Yeah,
so,
hands down, one of the best. Hands down, the dude is just amazing.
I'm just glad he's back. So let's just see what he's got for for this upcoming week here. So speaking of upcoming week, so Santino dropping down the hammer on good old Tessa. It's like, hey, stop dropping out of matches. You're disappearing a little worse than a Houdini.
Houdini. Well, she was getting mad at Miss NXT at first, and then Santino stepped in. He said, "No, you need a match. You're gonna have a match. You can't do whatever you want."
That's right. He's getting upset at her, and freaking Tessa's getting that look. I like Ariana Grace's look here. It's like, oh boy,
she does really well with the facial features, kind of like how Santino is. So it's pretty awesome to see her continue to develop as she is.
Yep. So it's like, so she has been announced that she is going to have a match next week. So Tessa Blanchard in action finally. So that's the woman that's going to be at the helm at TNA. So quite and let's talk about also some other notables this past week with Joe Hendry defeating Jake Something.
Defending
the title.
Only to have Nick Nemeth come out after Ryan Nemeth comes out to, protect his brother. Protect his brother's word, to where Nick then super kicks Jake Something and tries to go for another super kick. Santino Marella gets in the way and a super kick for Santino, only to go backstage and be suspended for 4 weeks.
Yeah, so Nick Nemeth is not going to be at a set of tapings apparently. So he's got other obligations. It's like, Karen, let me give you an excuse so you can just suspend me. But then Ryan, apparently, we get Ryan Nemeth still. So
the best part of that whole stuff, all of it at the end was Ryan when Nick walks off, and then Ryan's like, "Do I still get paid?"
That dude's incredible.
You know I'm right. Ryan's the bomb. People are sleeping on Ryan, bro.
He's just too annoying right now. Dude,
I love it.
I rather would hear Alicia Edwards say, "Do you want to know something?
Do you want to know?" No, it's my brother.
What is it with these annoying mic promos in TNA? I don't get it. I love
Ryan Nemeth.
It's annoying to me.
I love it. That's what makes it.
Oh my God.
So it doesn't help that, like, when I was a kid, some of my favorite bad guys were the whiny guys. So like when Chris Jericho was whining over in WCW, that stuff was great, dude. Like you can't beat those kind of like just scuzzy, dirty heels when Christian's crying in the middle of the ring because he lost again. Come on.
Yeah.
How can you not? And Ryan's doing a good job.
I don't know. That's man, and then of course, I don't know if we had. I don't know. I'm sure there's some other. Let's see. Well, we had
Ash and Heather by Elegance defeating
well the King Bees
the
are
King
like
Bee.
Charity King and Danny B, and then the Spitfire come running them out.
Yep.
So the Elegance brand is trying to get after the TNA Knockouts titles, getting their attention.
Match,
then of course, so apparently Steph DeLander is the sole digital media champion, and she's just got.
She won it in a divorce.
So what now?
She won it in the divorce.
Yeah. So she's just holding on to the title, not like it means anything anyway, but it's Joe Hendry was the longest reigning one, so I guess
I'm still not hip on their whole thing right now. I'm not saying they can't make it, but we got Jade Cargwell, Cora Jade defeating Zaya Brookside. And that was actually a very enjoyable match because I'm not usually a Brookside person, but I enjoyed that match between Cora Jade and her.
Right. And then, of course, Masha getting her TNA Knockouts World Championship defended, defeating Savannah Evans.
I like Masha.
Yeah, so Masha's still killing it. So obviously, we're going to see Masha, and eventually we'll see Tessa and Masha. But right now, I'm still kind of wondering. Cora Jade, I mean, isn't Cora Jade still trying to eye for the TNA Knockouts title? I thought, but
she got to get her wins in, man. Zaya said she wasn't coming in there and getting just the title.
Yeah.
So we got to get her wins, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to see Cora actually be the first woman to get one of the titles over there in TNA.
Yeah. And then what about this Walking Weapons farewell and sour as is getting defeated by Eric Young. So so obviously, I mean, this was announced as his final match at TNA. So do we have any? I mean, is there like any news where he's going to go? I mean,
yes, there is massive word being said right now that he is AEW bound. So
AEW bound?
that is the chirps as of right now is he is AEW bound. He would fit really well with that group, in my opinion, but I still would. I kind of wish he would have came to WWE, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd love to see a stint in New Japan, really, for Josh Alexander. A stint in New Japan would be sick for him.
Yeah, I would say, eventually down the line, at least in a year or two, get into NXT and see what happens. I mean, obviously he's got the talent for it. So,
I mean, he's gonna wherever he lands is gonna be nice, and he's gonna be a fresh face for that company. It's just there's a lot of these companies, and I'm specifically even in New Japan. There's a lot of like New Japan, AEW, and WWE. There's just so many people already in those systems. It's kind of hard. How do you get highlighted? And that's what the issue would be for Josh, in my opinion, is where do I get highlighted and how am I going to get highlighted? Even if you went to like MLW again, that'd be pretty stellar. Like him versus the Stallion, Matt Riddle, dude, come on,
yeah.
that would be killer.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good match between him and Riddle for sure.
And was it Maple Leaf? They've been doing some pretty cool stuff up there too. And
with Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah,
is the promotion. Maple Leaf
so
Wrestling, I think
there's so many places where Josh could show up and be doing some awesome stuff.
Yep, absolutely. So let's see where this goes. So we'll keep an eye out for maybe with AEW with them showing up. So speaking of which, now we get to do some AEW talk. How about that? You never thought we get it here, but I will say that, like I said before, this Grand Slam Australia, this gives some new life, or at least some oxygen to AEW as far as like with fan interaction and the matches they booked here. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better reaction, honestly.
I thoroughly enjoyed the card from front to beginning. Actually,
yeah,
it was high impact. Sometimes I still wish AEW would reduce how many spots some of the guys are doing. That's they're still overboard, but I understand that's some people's cup of tea, and it doesn't have to be everybody's cup of tea. So I'm not gonna over nitpick on it. But hands down, this is probably one of the best shows they've had in a long time when it comes to just pure match put together. Everything was clicking. The Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita and Fletcher. I absolutely love Fletcher. So Fletcher's one of the dudes that are standout for me right now. And Takeshita, the kid can do no wrong.
Fletcher and Ospreay. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And then I think, isn't it him? And so the two of them are going to be added in a steel cage of Revolution.
Correct. I think that's the plan.
Yeah. So Ospreay and Fletcher inside of a steel cage, and man, these guys just, like I said, the spots in here were really, 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 really on point. And I mean, there was, it got fast at first, but of course it did tone down, and then it went other ways. It wasn't like a total like Lucha Libre spot fest. I mean, there were some really good, a lot of technical spots in this match. And
well, all four.
I mean, I would almost dare say this is match of the night. With this, they kicked it off pretty strong.
It definitely was up there for me. It because these guys, all four men are some of AEW's best men, in my opinion, when it comes to how their characters have been progressed, how the storyline's been progressed. I'm always been a fan of Kenny Omega. I've always been a fan of Will Ospreay. I like the Don Callis family right now. I like how everything's been kind of positioned, how they're all kind of not viewed at the same level, but at the same time have their niche part in the faction. So keep doing this, because this stuff was great in my opinion.
And what about Don Callis? He was there at commentary watching throughout this whole match, and then when he saw that his guys were in trouble, he dropped his freaking headset and started trying to interfere, and then to go back and announce. Yeah, like, bro, pick a spot.
You gotta love it. That's Don, dude. That's how Don does stuff. Like.
That's like you. You're announcing for Class Action, and they're in trouble. You're going to get up from the microphone, and you're going to try to hold somebody down, and then you're like, "Oh, I mean, I forgot I had to call a match."
If my King of Thrash needs something taken care of, Zmiz might have to step in. But until then, I will sit at the table calmly and relaxed until I get maybe a signal. Maybe.
Yeah,
who knows?
Order him some DoorDash.
I don't think Justin needs DoorDash. I mean, I can grill like a champ.
Oh yeah. I see some of the showcase, the kitchen showcases you're putting on with these meals, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, making a fat man hungry.
Now we got to go talk about one of our favorite superstars.
So we kick off with this. It's off to a great start, right? Right.
Be
then
nice.
We get this.
We gotta be nice. It was not what we want to see. We are Harley Cameron.
It's a missed opportunity here.
100%.
Does anybody know what a gem right now Harley Cameron is in AEW? I mean, if you don't, start following her stuff, because she is highly talented.
I love
every
her.
way sensitive that I can describe.
I love Harley. I love her to death. I'm so happy that we got to see Little Monet.
Yeah, Mini Monet came out and interfered. Yay! That was fun.
I love Mini Monet. I hope this feud goes on. Actually, I hope this is not the last, because you won't hear me say it a lot. Mercedes Monet had me entertained in this one. This match, it worked all the way around. For me in AEW situation, I think we found the perfect superhero to take out the villain. And I think this is just the first step to a potentially great thing for AEW's TBS division. And Harley needs to come back, because the crowd was behind her. It was a fun match. Both women actually, once again, I'm being nice, because we all know I am not a fan of Mercedes Moné. I am not a fan. If you want to know what I used to call her in WWE, it rhymes with a trash can because she was trash. But this match was entertaining. It was fun. It put a shoe in my mouth on Monet for the time being because like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I truly believe we found the superhero to take out the villain.
Yeah. All I'm just gonna say is, if you start being nicer to your fans, maybe I start getting behind you a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, in some sense, I get why I can respect it. I'm not
talking about airport hunters either. I'm just talking in general.
Oh yeah, yeah. Screw the airport hunters.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking people who actually paid money to see her, and even like at a meet and greet where she even signed up to be at, she's still being so mean. It's not character mean either. It's called, stop riding the douche canoe and start being nicer to your fans. That's all I'm saying.
She just, I'm not a fan.
Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Something better.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. And I'll tell you, the best part of the match, Harley coming out in that heart-shaped fur and splitting it open.
You gotta love Harley.
Favorite part of the match.
You gotta love Harley. Gotta love Harley.
That was some awesome stuff. Yes,
the woman is so talented.
Yeah.
So then we get Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli defeating Cope and Switchblade Jay White. And at the end of the match, they just kept the beat down on.
See, this is where I have a problem. Okay, you guys come out. You guys can't even beat these guys 2-on-2. You got Marina in there trying to interfere, and then you got freaking Wheeler Yuta coming in. Everybody's being held down, and then freaking poor Cope here. No, I'm sorry, bro. Whether you call him Cope or whether you still prefer to as Edge, where he's been most of his career, hands down, one of the best entrances of all time, no matter what.
Do we need a stand? Do we need
what? Don't get choked out.
Don't get choked out. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's great.
You're lucky I had the button just right there. I'm like, oh, maybe we do. I just didn't have the meme, so sorry.
So part of me is still here for all this. I want to be cool with the Death Rider stuff, but I'm quickly becoming something like it needs to move faster in some sense. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that because I love slow building storylines. Like, I love the slow simmering stuff. But I'm kind of tired of watching these guys just trample everything.
Can we see the world title at Revolution, please? I mean, because Moxley is defending against Cope. So can we at least see the damn title? I mean, we want to know what the heck you guys have done to it. All right?
I don't understand why we're not seeing the title still. That's still
I don't
really
get it either.
Me. But like I said, there's pieces of the storyline. The Death Rider stuff's not completely bad, and for everybody to say that it is, and it's like one of the worst storylines that because there's a lot of people online that say that it's not that bad. It's just we need more context on what's going on and why things are happening the way it is, and we're not getting it. Like we thought we were going to get Orange Cassidy with the stuff that they were doing with him, and then that gets swept under the rug. Now we got Cope here, and it's like, what are we doing? Who's the real person going for the title? What direction are we being put in? Because it feels like a lot of things are being thrown at the board, and we're just seeing which one sticks at this point. And we need direction. We need something more to sink our teeth in. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's great. I just want more stuff to sink my teeth in.
I don't know. I'm just not behind the whole name of the faction, Death Rider. It's just that I don't know. It just
that goes to, was it Dynamite? We get a new faction that got announced with Hook, Samoa Joe, and God dang it, is it Shibata? Yeah, Shibata.
Yeah,
the
right.
Ops. Like what? I get the wanting to bring new fans in and like using newer lingo on things. So that's what it is. It's just newer slang, but it's goofy.
And then next thing you know, we replacing the Continental Classic as AEW Faction Madness Round Robin. Everybody's
like it's just
the fight to
Ops.
the death.
That's your faction name, the Ops. Come on. That's worse than the Shayna Baszler, whatever their faction was. Pure Fusion Collective, like that was a horrible name too. What?
Yeah.
Stop doing terrible faction names. The Ops.
Hashtag the TDF. But
stop it.
And I mean, there's still could be 2 people on the team, so
And can we go to the next gym? Did you put the next gym in here? Because this was what?
I was just saying Hookhausen can't be. But...
Yeah, you can't beat Hookhausen. Hey, it's 5-star, my dude.
All
5-star
right.
in the house.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Thanks for joining us, man. So so the next one, we got to the whole Rainmaker, so Okada.
Yeah, so you said your match of the night. This was actually my match of the night. But Buddy Matthews supposedly got injured too.
Oh yeah, Buddy. Yeah, he gave a good go at it.
I love Okada, and Matthews is one of my hands down favorite male competitors. I loved him as Buddy Matthews. I love him as Buddy Murphy. Sorry, I loved him as Buddy Murphy, and I loved him as Buddy Matthews. And you got to high five him too because of who he gets to go home to.
Oh, no kidding.
So, you're a good dude to me, bro.
Yeah, I'm watching this today on the replay. I'm like, here comes one of the luckiest guys in wrestling today.
Yeah. It was really cool to see fans posting too that Rhea Ripley was in attendance for her husband. So it was good to see those two getting to spend Valentine's Day in that unique way. Back home overseas in Australia. Too bad Matthews didn't come out on top. It would have been cool. But I enjoyed this match thoroughly. Okada can do no wrong. Matthews can do no wrong. 2 of my favorites in AEW.
Yeah. So no, a good solid match here. So, and then let's talk about this right here. This the Timeless Era begins again, and it makes history with Timeless Toni Storm becoming the first ever 4-time AEW Women's World Champ. So I guess she surpassed Britt Baker.
Correct.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that
she
was
was
a good
3,
guess.
right? Britt was 3. I can't remember now. God dang it.
Well, she's the first 4 times, so obviously she probably tied with Britt. I know Britt had it at least twice, if not 3 times. So I can't think of anybody else that's had it more than Britt Baker has, other than Toni Storm tying her at one point. So
I'm looking.
Yeah, I mean, so the Mariah May, I keep forgetting her nickname.
The Glamour Mariah May.
The Glamour era is now come to a halt, and we're back in the Timeless Era again. Man, I'll tell you though, man, what I was talking about entrances here, or one of the best female entrances is this right here. Toni Storm has just taken the ball that AEW has given her and just ran with it ever since she's gotten down here, and just making a name for herself, and to win it in her home country, even sweeter. I like the gear she had too. It was pretty sweet.
Hikaru Ashida has 3 championship wins, and Tony has the 4. So
okay, so Britt only had it twice.
It wasn't Britt at all. Yeah, Britt only had it looks like once.
Once?
Yeah, Hikaru.
Oh, okay.
Toni Storm, Mariah, Hikaru. Yeah. So Britt had it once. She held for 290 days. Ashida held for 372 days the first time. Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, but either way, though, I mean, what a way to cap off a good, probably one of the best shows that they've had so far in 2025.
Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. The thing there's going to be some good stuff in Revolution, but the thing I'm not looking forward to is you're going to have a 0 hour, and then you're going to have this pay-per-view, and it's going to be a total of 5 straight hours of AEW because you have to have work at least half your roster in matches. So we're going to have maybe a battle royal, like a 12-man tag, and
well,
all
let's
in
see
0 hour.
Let's see if they keep going, because I'm a stand by sturdy guy when it comes to how I feel about promotions and giving everybody their chance. I truly have seen AEW continue to go on this roller coaster, and here lately they've been trekking in a very good rate. I mean, we're at kind of an incline like this. It's a slow and steady up. We're not doing this, right? We're here. That's a good reality. That's not a bad thing, because even moving in the right direction slightly up is a good thing. I've been enjoying what AEW has been doing lately. Like I said, this past Dynamite was stellar. They had storyline throughout the whole thing. Like, things were clicking. There was, they go from one segment to the next, and they kind of miss the flow.
Yeah.
And that's one of my issues with AEW. There's never been a nice, consistent flow, and we're starting to get that. So continue doing it. I'm proud to be a fan of AEW, and I'm proud to see them continue to flourish like they are.
They can continue to flourish if they follow 2 things. 1, keep Tony Khan off the freaking airwaves and stay backstage most of the time. Number 2, stay out of freaking behind the scenes drama. If you can do that, then you can build yourself to be a reputable company. As far as trying to build yourself back again. But tell me I'm lying when it comes to that, because Tony was way too much on TV.
Oh, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of things we can sit here and like I said, nitpick and point out things and stuff. But I want to highlight what I like and but to continue progressing the way they have been is a major plus in my books. And I don't even want to look at what they've done wrong. Right. Everybody's gonna have growth problems. Everybody. So we can't knock people and even companies. We can't even knock companies for dropping the ball in some case here and there. My issue looking at AEW is there's a lot of things, in my opinion, that they pointed out that WWE was doing or even talked about, like with Cody, Omega, the Young Bucks when they first were developing, that seemed to got pushed to the wayside. And that's one of my issues. There was a lot of things that they're like, oh, we're going to change this, but then they're doing the same stuff. They did the start-stop stuff on people. Now, we got to be realistic too. There's a lot of wrestlers that got hurt, and that's why their pushes got stopped. That's understandable. That's what happened to Black. That's what happened to Miro, several others. That's what happened to those guys. And that's nothing. Phoenix, even. It's what happened to him. But if we don't keep pushing them at a level where, when they come back and they're just they were here when they left because they got hurt and they're doing this great thing, but then you bring them back here, they need to come back more mid-ground, and we need to build them back to the progressive. Wardlow is still my one that AEW dropped the ball on that still frustrates the crap out of me. Why was that man pulled away from the TNT title when he was doing so good? Now, I think part of it was injury. I don't know. I didn't really look too deep into it. They just have had some start-stop, and that's one of my biggest issues with AEW.
Yeah. Like I said, I part of it's storyline. That's part of it, but I think that's really the only thing they have to worry about it right now, because the 2 things I mentioned, I haven't really have gotten any alerts of something crazy happening. So they just got to focus on their stories now, and if they can do that and come away, then they can start building again to start climbing even higher.
And if they had to go through that negative phase to get their poison out of the way and stuff and build and have a group of people, like the stuff they're doing with Ricochet right now is phenomenal. Who knew I wanted to see Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin as a tag team? That if you would have told me that years ago that Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin would be a tag team. I don't care if it was before they were the Hurt Business in WWE or after. I never thought that would actually be a valuable thing for TV. And MVP, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley are fitting that bill. And then you have Ricochet having some of the best promos that he's had ever and doing this great character development and change into this douchebag you want to see get his teeth kicked in. I'm happy to see these things. I'm happy to it makes me ecstatic when I come on here and complain about something, and then the week later I'm watching AEW and I'm like, wait a minute, now I got to come back and be like, hey guys, I was wrong.
I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
So, like to see these developments in some of these people is awesome, and they just need to stick to the people that truly are busting their tail. And Gun Club and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, they had a great tag team match on Dynamite. That was stellar. So like, keep doing that stuff because I'm enjoying this stuff. MJF still is killing it. We're about to get him and Hangman. Man, I'm pretty pumped for that match. So there's a lot of things coming up that is going to be great.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see where this goes. I mean, obviously we're gonna the fallback of this is going to be on Dynamite, and I'm sure they've already had some matches announced on Dynamite.
And not to mention, 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks. Was it? Yeah, it was last weekend. One of our guests made their AEW debut. The monster themselves, Brick Savage, made his AEW debut.
The World Breaker, Brick Savage.
Heck yeah! I'm so happy to see Brick on there. One of my favorites going right now of the gargantuan individuals. So it was good to see Brick on AEW TV.
Yeah, that's one of the guys I would like to have back here. Another guy I would like to have back here is JAC. That's another guy I'd like to have back here.
I'd like to see. He's the one. Yeah, JAC was the one that wanted to do the 24-hour match, right? Was it him?
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was.
To see that happened and stuff because it's so hard to follow everybody.
Oh man. Yeah, but since he was on our show, he did a tour of Japan and he came back and did some work with the NWA. So, so I mean, we're going to try and get some of these guys here down the line that have been our guests before, and we'll try and get them back on here again and see how things have gone since they were with us last. So, but let's cut into our last segment here, which is going to be Vengeance Day. Yes, indeed. And they kick off with something I'm very happy about, with the Stephanie Vaquero capturing the NXT Women's North American Championship, defeating Fallon Henley. I mean, someone had to lose, brother, but I've been behind Vaquero ever since she's gone in, and definitely well deserved. So we got the new women that are headlining the NXT women's division right now. So
there's definitely
a fantastic match, by the way.
There was definitely a shift. I am sad to see my girl Fallon lose it, but a valued competitor did win it. So we can't take away anything from Stephanie because she is a beast in that ring, and she's got a big future. She has a big future. If she's not a star in the next, I'm talking on the main roster. If she's not killing and destroying on the main roster in the next 3 years, WWE missed the boat, because this woman is one of your star-studded talents right now.
I'm calling 2. I'm calling 2 years.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
And then of course I just want to see Stephanie Vaquero just tear up.
Dude, yeah, she's definitely one of the more proficient superstars in WWE right now when it comes to in-ring capability. Like I said, I'm a big Fallon fan, so like I'm a still back her Fallon. I'm not a real big fan of the group. I just love Fallon.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good show. It was a good showing for both ladies.
Yeah. Like I say, Fatal Influence. I mean, having to handle Fatal Influence throughout the entire match. What about that spot where she had the springboard and just that high crossbody that launched into the aisle and
Dude,
across out that was a freaking move, bro.
Stunning.
That had no, she had to go far out into that aisle to catch all three of them. So that was pretty impressive. And then just to cap it all off, man. Yeah, I know. Like, so Fallon's a good talent. I think she's definitely good. Just somebody had to lose. But I'm kind of happy that Stephanie Vaquer did not lose because that would have killed her momentum coming in NXT. So good for her.
We got more for her later though. So
yes, we do. What about this? So Fraxium is still on fire though.
So I did not have much going into this match. We know Josh Briggs is a killer big man, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be something to continue keeping your eye out for. And I love Fraxium. This tag team to me is probably one of the best formed tag teams in WWE right now from top to bottom. But the Japanese dude or the Asian dude, I don't know his name. I can't remember.
Yoshiki?
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Oh yeah.
The dude won me over. This is my first time seeing him. Like, besides like the couple matches that we got with him and Briggs going up to this, right? So, but like this is the first time we got like I feel like he got highlighted in this match where other matches he wasn't getting highlighted, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to see him, but we didn't get to see him. And we actually got to see him in this match. And I can't wait to see what happens between Briggs and him. Is it going to be something? Because this is one of the factors that I enjoyed too as a commentator. They highlighted in the match. So the match is going on, and the commentating team highlighted that both of these tag teams were formed out of the respect that both of them built facing each other.
Yeah. Another one of my favorite teams that was built out of that particular scenario, the Bar.
Yeah, all day.
The
By
Bars.
the way, my buddy Jason Corson and I, that's and Sid's also Sid Holland. That's one of my bar boys. But I called that years prior to it actually happening. I said if they put Sheamus and Cesaro together as a tag team, it would go down as one of the greatest tag teams ever. And guess what? I was right. It was on We Talk Wrestling. I said that because two of my favorite guys right there, Cesaro and Sheamus. Two of my favorite. So, and yes, we're all fans of Nikita Lyons to a point.
Yeah, so these guys were showing the respect to one another. But right after this, we get this. So we get a bum rush of another group. So this is what I'm talking about. We're already dealing with Sean Spears and his group. Now we get another group that's just going to come in and like it's a mystery group now. But I know it. One of them is Dion Lennox, and I'm glad
Dion Lennox. Oh, where I had. Let's see if I can get it.
I'm just glad Dion Lennox is out of that whole phase of trying to impress Carmen Petrovic because I'm really getting tired of that story. I mean, for real. It's just, yeah, with the Ashante the Adonis, I wish they would do something different with them instead of being some type of like a bromancer, romancer, whatever. I don't know.
Give Shante a little bit of.
I mean,
let's see where it goes.
He's got a lot better talent than what they're giving him right now. So
let's see where. Oh, dude, we need to go back and talk about that real quick. So I'm sorry, I'm on We Talk. Here it is. So we have Josh Black, Colton James. I don't know the other dude's name, and Dion Lennox.
Yeah. So they appear and they're freaking attacking. So they're attacking the faces. So they're attacking champions at the end of this match. So
here, I'm gonna send it to you.
So shaking things up And we don't even know the name of the. I mean, obviously, we're going to get some answers on Tuesday night, but we don't know the name of the squad. What the heck's going on? But we get this at the end of this tag match. So next, this I was kind of shocked about, but what I was more shocked about is with Eddie Thorpe delivering the final blow he delivered was the trick shot in defeating Trick Williams.
So this was my favorite match of the night. These two killed it in this strap match. I'm really enjoying Trick's work here lately, more so than I ever had. Trick's cool, but for me, Trick kind of lost the sizzle a little bit. I'm getting really behind Eddie Thorpe. I am so behind this man. It's not funny. And for him to hit the trick shot and get the win with his move, with Trick's move.
Dude, that's like the ultimate salt in the wound.
Oh, dude. It's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. I hope Trick comes out firing too because of it. Like, I want to see these two go at it again. These two work so well together, and it's like their chemistry is perfect almost. And Eddie's one of those guys that, like, we were when he first came back and was doing his stuff and got weaseled his way in to a title match. We didn't know where he would go or how he would go, and then he got the losses. He was getting L's, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to keep yourself relevant? And he did it. He did it, and has kept me intrigued with his. Eddie's one of the best promo guys in NXT right now for me. Like, when it comes to just character development, building who he is. I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic, bro.
Yeah.
This is true too. This is true. I forgot about that with the other faction. They have licensed like 20 new names. So we might be getting shifted.
Yeah, no, yeah, so I mean, yeah, I know. Is it like some of these names that you can like pick in like the video game? It's like, you know.
What is them like? One of them was like Thrill London, I think.
Yeah.
I just sent you the picture of the four men. Like, the
Oh,
identities revealed. I found it.
okay. Oh yeah,
I don't know what.
Shaquan Sugars.
Yeah, that's the one I was like messing up on.
That's a name, Shaquan Sugars. That should be like a freaking artist name. Coming out with his new EP, Shaquan Sugars.
All three have good looks. So Dion Lennox, the dude moves great. So I can't wait to see where.
Oh
they're
yeah,
going with. I'm pumped for it.
I'm just glad that they got him out of that whole love triangle, whatever. Like I said, dude, it was just going so lame. It's like, dude, you're killing TV time for this crap. Get it off. I don't care if it's even like 45 seconds. Stop it. Get it off the air. I don't care. I don't care about it.
I still love Shantae. I don't care what you say.
Need to find something different. Find something different.
Yeah, you bring in JTG to be Shantae Adonis's mentor.
Oh Lord, here we go.
That's how you make a Shantae Adonis hip again. Dude.
Oh man. So next one after this is All Eagle with the biggest smile, as Javon did get Ethan Page in the mouth during the match, made him bleed a little bit, but at the end it was Ethan Page getting that victory.
All ego.
So I'm saying he's got the biggest name.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is what I'm talking about.
This is not Harley Riggins, Area Bennett, Braxton Cole, Mason House. Do they really license these names?
Yes. And then there is Thrill London.
Osiris Griffin. What the hell is that? It's like,
I don't know. Osiris Griffin. That sounds really like a dope creative character.
Draco Knox. What the Lord.
Thrill London.
Yeah. All right.
The best part of
committee. We need some work done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The best about Trolled London, Jordan Grace literally went to Twitter and posted, "I will take this name."
Trolled London.
Oh, I love Jordan. Jordan's one of the best trollers on the internet.
Oh god, that's too funny. Shoot. So yeah, but where does Javon go? I mean, so does this over from here, or where do you see? Because I don't know how much more they're going to carry this out.
I don't. I see it going one more match,
maybe one more month, one more round. They're having a special live show in Cincinnati a week from Tuesday, which Lex is like, he's like, yeah, Lexus Kings, but Ava is like, Lexus Kings like text me like 20 times, make sure I'm at this show. It's my hometown.
But I truly see this being another match because of the way the match ended, with Javon laying there, the blood pouring out of his mouth, what was his mouth guard was on the ground. So I see Javon still wanting to get his one up him.
Yep. And then, oops, I forgot a banner here. But while I'm getting that banner down, I think I had a special plan. So when I was talking about Ava talking backstage with a few people,
this made me so happy. This made me
night. To me. This is great. So Santino returns on WWE television as the TNA Director of Authority. With Ariana Grace, Miss NXT, and then of course we got Ava here. So
this had me just gagging, laughing so hard, dude.
Oh my god! So no, I was so happy to see this. I popped in like, oh yeah, the Santino. So apparently they've been in talks. So him and Ava have been in talks about what they could do for upcoming. So does it mean we get something around Stand and Deliver? Do we get something around maybe Sacrifice on TNA? I mean, what do we get?
Give us Stand and Deliver, Worlds Collide. Make it happen.
Dude, I would love that. I would love that. Worlds Collide, TNA, NXT. Let's make it happen, man. But I'm all for it.
I want it to happen. I want to see it. It would be a great way to bring these two brands together. Because I think TNA matches NXT's energy very well.
Yes.
And that's what I like about it. And it's just to see some of these guys that and even gals that we didn't think would ever make it to WWE getting featured like they are, just makes me ecstatic. And plus, I get to see Santino on my TV.
No, yeah, this guy's gold.
Yeah, one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Absolutely. Yeah. So out of that, from that backstage segment, we get our next match. But A-Town Down Under is no match for the ruler as Obafemi defends and retains his NXT championship. So
this was a stellar match too, but after this match,
yeah,
the four men come back out and make their presence known. So this was really good. The great thing too, also about this match, was the back and forth between Theory and Grayson Waller, which makes me hope that we are finally going to get them broken up.
Yeah,
because I'm so like, I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, A-Town Down Under needs to stay as a thing, but I need them separated. Both of them are too talented to be stuck in a tag team right now. And that's just how I feel. There's so much room for some of these guys within the mid-card division of WWE, the US title, the IC title world. I think those two guys would really settle into those worlds really well right now with how deep the competitors are in those worlds. I really hope that's a split. But to see Oba getting his butt rocked by the new faction, it brings a lot to question. What do you think about Oba Finn helping Axiom to defeat these men? Like, because that's potentially where we're going or something like this.
Yeah, so we're seeing champions band together to take out. But then who do you get for a fourth guy? Tony D'Angelo, you don't want to get all champions versus these guys. You got to find somebody else that actually these guys gone under. So, obviously we're going to see like an 8-man tag or elimination style match to where, and then like who goes over? Who goes over?
Who says it has to be a WWE NXT guy as the third member of that group?
Yeah, true.
If you don't understand where I'm going with it, you need to think a little bit more and believe a little bit better.
Joe Hendry?
With how NXT and TNA have, it doesn't mean it has to be an NXT guy.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
You know what I'm saying? If they show up or like Hendry or somebody comes to NXT and these guys jump them because they're taking... Think about that. These guys are coming in, taking out their champions right now. Hendry, as the TNA champion, comes over to WWE NXT, taking up their time away from the air. Bro, it writes itself. It writes itself. It writes itself. You're welcome, Santino. Ava, get back to me.
There you go. There you go.
But no, seriously, like there's a lot that can be played with it. I want to, and the thought of Oba like actually happening to find people to help him, that opens a whole new can of worms because Oba Finn has been built as this giant juggernaut monster within the NXT world. For him to have to get friends, come on, that itself is gonna be a fun journey.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Let's see. Let's take a look. And so our main event was the women's fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's Championship. And the Beautiful Madness is still on top as Julia retains her title over Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade.
And Roxanne took the L.
So a couple things here. So this is Roxanne's swan song, you would think, because she's going to have an Elimination Chamber qualifier tomorrow night on Raw.
Correct.
So
okay, no, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Roxanne goes into the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
And then if Roxanne goes in the chamber, Bayley's definitely not winning the chamber. It's between the other 4 women because Roxanne ain't winning.
Yeah. Bayley's already in it. So
holy shit, it'd be a crazy move if they let Roxanne win it. I would totally not be against it. Roxanne versus Rhea Ripley, that would be interesting.
Oh right, yeah,
that
because
would
winner gets Rhea. Right.
I'm not against that idea, bro. I'm really not. Roxanne versus Rhea could be fun, but we're gearing up more for a Bayley Roxanne at WrestleMania in my eyes because of all this.
So we're gonna have an interesting Raw tomorrow night. Just real quick before we do a cap on this show, but Roxanne is facing Raquel Rodriguez for that final spot, and then the final spot in the men's, probably going to be the main event, is Seth against Finn. And then, of course, another showcase match that's going to happen is Penta taking on Pete Dunne.
Yeah, that match is going to be fun.
That's going to be a fun one.
So, okay, going back to Raw from this past week, what do you feel about with Dom saying that they need to add a new member?
Well, because JD's going to be out for a while.
Right.
But who do they target?
I'm curious to see what happens. I'm really curious to see what happens.
because Dom is facing AJ Styles, so maybe could Dom get help from another individual to help defeat AJ this week, tomorrow night? It could possibly happen. We don't know.
I want to know how like Finn's going to like, because Seth's going over. We're gonna keep having the fall of Finn.
Yep.
I think we're gonna continue to see the fall of Finn, where Finn finally breaks, hopefully, into something else. But
bring back the demon.
We'll have to see here. I'm really curious on where they're going with these women. Roxanne's going over 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then a great cap on Vengeance Day right here. There we are. It's official.
Well, this is after Stephanie Valkyria joins Julia in the ring to celebrate their wins. Then we get the Juggernaut herself to come in and be like, we're not done yet, guys. We're not done. Like, we see the groundworks of the new women's division of NXT showing their faces. I'm pretty ecstatic.
This is pretty fantastic. And Jordan has had a long road, a long career. She started out very young. I mean, people don't know. I mean, she started like in her teens. Yeah, and she's been around for quite a long time. And to finally get her stage right now is phenomenal. And like I said, I'm excited to see where they go with it. So if you follow WWE's socials, they did after they officially went off the air. Saw she was coming back. She was like, "I'll see you Tuesday." So we're probably getting Jordan Grace this Tuesday night. What she's going to do? I mean, they're going to give her a promo spot. Are they going to give her a match? We don't know. But Jordan Grace is going to be on the CW Tuesday night on NXT.
I'm pumped to have the Juggernaut in NXT. She did an outstanding work with TNA. Like,
oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
Jordan Grace deserves every flowers ever given to her. All the praise from all the legends that have ever given her praise, because this woman has grinded harder than, I'm not saying harder. I can't say that, but she's ground harder. Yeah, she's ground hard, period. Like, that woman built herself up from what she was when she came into the industry. And if you followed her career, you know, to what she is now. And she did a sit down with Chris Van Vliet. I know I go back to him because I watch him all the time, but it's good stuff, man. I'm sorry. She talks about her bodybuilding stuff, and she's like, I had to like do a workout plan. She was structured. She was eating so many like proteins and everything throughout the day, making like 7-8 meals, all this kind of stuff, and she was doing it all on her own on like a skill. Like, the woman is just outstanding when it comes to discipline in this industry, hands down.
Yep. And the only bummer, I guess, between is that she's not going to be around her husband that much. I don't know. I mean, they do have a house in Georgia, her and Jonathan Gresham. So,
I mean, Gresham could be an interest. He's just so small. Like he's a small dude, but he's like a stocky small dude. So I don't know. I could see him potentially one day making the jump to the NXT world and being a threat down there. I really do. Gresham's a lot better than people give him credit for too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing like I said, she's had really good, her best. I mean, like I said, she was in the Rumble this, a few weeks ago. But her best showing was when she came in last year, and right after she won the title from Naomi. So yeah. Gresham is highly talented. It's just that the height ain't there, but I mean he's built like a stacked brick house too. Just a short one.
That dude is like a little freaking tank, man. He's just like I like Gresham a little bit. I've become more of a fan of him over the years too. He was one that was like, but I've come to really enjoy his work.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, it's Yeah, so we're pretty excited to see where this goes. And like I said, this has been an outstanding yet busy week in the world of professional wrestling.
Oh,
And
dude.
yeah, so who knows what we got? All I know is that this weekend I'm going to be busy. You're going to be busy this weekend, Z.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I cannot wait to be back with the AEW crew. I can't wait to see everybody. I can't wait to see the King of Thrash put his title on the line against that goof Eagle Eye. Johnny B's going to be there, killing it. Sidney J. Manson. Man, AEW's flourishing. There's other promotions in the St. Louis area that are flourishing. It is so good to see healthy things happening for professional wrestling. You're going to be killing it at ACW. You're going to replace one of those titles on that back wall with the tag team championship. Or what, sir?
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on, man. I tried to. Let's see here. Let's see if I can.
Like I said, we're gonna. Thanks. I mean, is Mr. Static going to be in attendance? Or
Static will probably be there at IEW. Yeah, he should be there if I remember right.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be there.
Yeah. I mean, you guys still got to schedule that shit interview with.
Yeah, that's what he said last week, that we'll be getting together potentially. So you might see me on that shoot interview. Yeah, see, he'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they'll be posting some links on whenever that gets released here too.
Did you see his latest pick one? Where is it? Gunther versus Okada.
Okada versus Gunther.
Yeah. Talk about two combinations of strong style.
That is tough, but I'm gonna say he's still Gunther.
That's who I picked. It was 100% Gunther. The other one that he had this week that I showed, it was the great John Cena versus the immortal Hulk Hogan. I don't know why I went like gold dust.
I'm sorry, but Cena's got more moves than Hogan does.
I had to go Cena too, and it has nothing to do with like Cena just was the better. I'm sorry when it comes to just all around.
Cena did a lot more for the community, and if you doubt me, just ask Make-A-Wish Foundation. So that's all I gotta say. He did a lot for the kids. His merchandise sales surpassed Hogan in his prime.
100%. We can't take away what that's one of the great things. Like everybody's like, oh, Hogan, you got to give Hogan the flowers. Yeah, of course. Hogan is what
he's had flowers. I understand that, but
thank you. You as like one of the most massive Hogan guys, and the reason you got into the business, the reason you became a fan of the industry was Hulk Hogan. We've had this argument and conversation, but it's okay to go, all right, Hogan, you're no longer. We still have love for you for what you did. We still have memories of what you did, but there's certain guys that have progressed higher than you now, and it's okay to walk off a little bit. And Cena's one of those guys. I wasn't a Cena guy. Like I truly Edge, Randy Orton. That's who I was rooting for during that them times. And then we got CM Punk. Dude, I was rated RKO all day long, bro. Like, me and my buddy George Johnson, Lee Johnson there. We were every weekend we'd get together on a pay-per-view, right? And we'd be the only two people cheering for Edge or Orton to beat John Cena. Why everybody else is like, C-Nation! We're like, no, this guy's a clown. But now, looking back and looking at the fact that we had, 2-3 years where Cena wasn't even relevant in professional wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
And now we're on this journey of Cena one last time. I'm not going to lie, dude. I truly am kind of sad that this is going to be the last year we see Cena. And the guy did do stuff for the industry that Stone Cold didn't do. And I'm sorry, Hulk Hogan didn't do.
Yes.
That's just my opinion. And both are good. Both men that I just said are good in their own rights. They have qualities that we all loved and things that we enjoyed about them. But Cena did what every new wrestler's supposed to do, and he took professional wrestling and took it to a new limit.
Yep.
So,
I mean, they contributed, like I said, Hogan contributed in his own way. Flair contributed in his own way. Cena contributed in his own way. And if things keep going the way they're going, Jey Uso is going to be contributing in his own way.
We're going to have the same conversation about Roman Reigns. My God. Like, we're going to Roman Reigns, Jey, like, those are two guys from this generation that we're probably going to have that same conversation. What did they do to keep the ball moving for the profession?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, Cena had to be the one to get picked. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But no, man, it's like I said, we're just scratching the surface on what is going to be interesting weeks to come. And trust me, like I said, I'm going to be working diligently at even putting in more overtime, I should say, to make sure we have a guest or two lined up, if not more, because I'm sure maybe some of y'all are tired of seeing our faces. But the one I want to tell right now here, all of our YouTube viewers, our ex-viewers right now, I want to thank you guys. Make sure you're actually subscribing to us, following us, and making sure you're sharing our show, or at least our page, and to others. Once again, like I said, the only thing is different here is on our X is, since we can't have too long of a tag, X is at FCE Podcast. Everywhere else is False Count. Everywhere. That's YouTube. That's Facebook. That's Twitch. That's Instagram. And of course, that is TikTok, which is barely touched, but that's kind of my fault.
Well, it's not just your fault. It's my fault too. Like, I started trying to do stuff with the TikTok and I got scared. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't do too well with the talkies. I'm thinking that. Do I have to dance when I'm promoting something like coming this week?
You got two guys, and yes, I might be 38, but I am not a whirlwind social media person or know it by any remarks. We are learning and we are progressing, and we're going to continue to progress. We're going to continue to bring you some of the best live discussions in professional wrestling at the 9:00 hour Central Time every Sunday night. I truly believe we might see a We Talk Wrestling takeover within the next month or so here at False Count Ever again. We need another one of those, I think.
Don't you make me change the locks again, damn it.
I think we need another one of those. I'm just saying, I think we need to go grab some friends from the We Talk Wrestling world and have a discussion, maybe.
I think we'll have a background check done on Austin Cage. I think there's something to around with him. I think there's something I need to check. There's something that just I can't put my finger on, but I'm
it's so dirty. But we thank Facebook for coming out this week and supporting. It was nice to see a bunch of people. Once again, X, we love you. YouTube, looking at you guys. Twitch, our one viewer. You keep coming every week. We appreciate you. We really do. You guys, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't keep doing this. Let's be honest. You guys help us out.
Yeah.
Remember, it's free for you. It means a lot to us if you like, subscribe, and share that show out.
And then we can progress and grow into more markets. That's what we like to do, even though we're on the internet.
I want to talk. If we could sit down and talk with Mac Davis, Teddy Long, Chris Van Vliet, I have a list of guys that I would love to sit down and BS wrestling with that are just in the YouTube world, not the YouTube world, the podcast game, that are just. Dude, think if we had Bubba Ray and God dang it. Why'd I just start?
Oh my God. Have you seen the clip on how he just totally ragged on a rookie?
No, dude, I can't wait.
Oh my God.
I gotta wait until tomorrow. But LFG started tonight. We got the 3 series on A&E with Michael Cole's show. We got I can't remember what his new show was. What was it? Static, you'll know. But A&E just had their three thing. And to think, like, the network started all that stuff. If it wasn't for the WWE Network and them making their own content for all this, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, because like I said, WWE changed the game when they started the network, and now, that was just before anybody else wanted to do a network. Everything else, WWE was a platform changer by starting their own network, starting their own service, and look at what others have been trying to follow suit as far as starting their own.
It's crazy to see what has happened, and it's gonna be crazy to continue watching it. And like I said, if I could sit down with some of the great podcasters now and have conversations like we're doing right now with you and me, I would do it in a heartbeat. Bring me on and let's discuss, because I love wrestling.
Absolutely. So I mean, we had quite a bit of discussion here tonight, and I'd say we just probably maybe kind of ease on out. How about you, man?
I'm about to go put somebody through a wall probably on GTA. That's for sure. Look forward to Zmiz's Canceled Gaming with a new video coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're gonna put somebody in the wall now?
Potentially, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I might go to bed.
I
might go paint. Who knows? I do a lot of things. Zmiz does what Zmiz wants to do. Whatever.
Grow trees and whatever else. So,
yeah, little trees. I could use some little trees.
Guys, we thank you for coming out and showing up. We appreciate you guys very much. We will be back here next week for episode number 182. Who we're going to have, we don't know. But until then, have a great week, and we'll see you here next Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central for episode number 182. Follow us on Facebook, and we'll let you know what's happening. So,
hit that like and subscribe button. Chris, LFG is
Legends and Future Greats.
Legends and Future Greats.
Like me, I'm great.
And a legend.
Yeah, in our own rights. Not in the bedroom. Have a good night, guys.
Get us out of here.